Yasas pedias, and welcome back to the tube. So, goes without saying, but building a strong vocabulary when learning a language is paramount to success. I think it's fair to say. So I would like to share with you just a couple of tips and things that I use to build a good vocabulary and to do it in an effective and also enjoyable manner. Because if it's not enjoyable, you're not going to do it and you're going to hate it and no progress, and then we give up, right? So I would say one of the most important things you can do is, number one, the use of flashcards. So that could be through a phone app like Anki would be the most well-known one. Anki's incredible. Like you could do flashcards of a set of German country names, or you could test yourself on all the countries in the world, or I don't know, species of cats in Swahili if you wanted to. There's probably an Anki flashcard set out there. I'll show you overhead how it works and stuff. Or of course you can make your own flashcards, but I don't know who the hell's got time for that. That just seems quite sad. So number two is to do a word of the day system. So you can also get apps for this, but they just spit you out a new word every day. And what I like to do is I like to tally it up for the week. So by the end of the week, obviously Monday to Sunday, you've got 7 words, and each day you're trying to remember the last word. So the first day is the easiest. You only got 1 word to remember, but by Sunday you've got seven words to remember. And I think the important thing is, as I said before, making it fun is to really gamify these exercises, turn them into a game. So yeah, we'll go into that, how I use words of the day, and also the third thing I would say is to bring it all together. You have to do some sort of active learning. Like these two, the first things I mentioned are more or less passive. Active, what I mean by active is you have to be writing it down. Like you would be surprised how effective it is for your memory to actually write something down. There have been studies out there that prove that like your learning increases much more when you're writing, but I'm not going to cite them because I'm lazy. Sorry. So yeah, let's go. Okay, next we're also going to go into my other personal favorite, Anki. Okay, so once you're in Anki, what you want to do is grab shared decks. And then you're going to need to search for something. So, say Spanish vocabulary. Okay, and there's literally heaps. Like, let's go essential Spanish vocabulary. Cool, then we got to download. Open. Cool. Then into Spanish vocab. So I don't know what this is asking me. Okay, so for example, ambos países estrecharon sus vínculos de amistad. Now what you would be expected to do is you're supposed to guess the English, right? So what you do is if you failed, if you checked it and it wasn't what you thought it was, then you'd go again. The grandparents and their grandchildren decorated the Christmas tree. All right, so you test yourself and you maybe write it out if you want to, or just think of it in your head, and then boom, show answer. And if it's good, if it's exactly what you expected, then give yourself a pat on the back and go good. cut back. I would say cortar. And I stuffed up. So you'd probably go again. Inevitably, well, I don't know that. To be fair, this is advanced vocabulary, so it's schooling me a bit. Show answer. If you failed, and so on. You get how it works. It's a really good way of testing yourself, because you're getting a prompt and you're not seeing the answer. So, yep. Any Spanish word of the day video. Just pick the top one. Install. Cool. There you go, we get a word of the day, abducir. And if we wanted to be extra smarty pants, we could add 2 words of the day by going back to the day before. Oh. There you go. Alcachofa. Cool. And then I'll show you what to do once we have our words. Cool, so once you got your word of the day from our lovely app over there, we've got our little piece of paper that says, funnily enough, word of the day. So we're gonna go over to our favorite place, the fridge, pin her up. Cool, so by the end of the week, you're gonna have 7 of these written down, Spanish and English. And why do we like putting it on the fridge? Because if you're anything like me, you're eating about 25 times a day. So you know what that equals? Exposure, right? So we're going to be seeing this a lot. And I think especially if you're a visual or graphic learner, you'll see this exact image in your head. And from that, you'll just be able to pick out the words. So this is just a very nice little subtle way and passive way to increase that vocabulary count. Cool, so as I said, bringing it all together is really writing it down. It's a brilliant exercise to improve your memory, right? So say I've got to the end of the week and I've got my 7 words that have come up through word of the day on the app. Now, every day I do this at least once a day. Whenever you got to spare like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, you write them down in English, as you can probably see here. I don't know if I wrote them like extra large to see if you can see. Now, we always write them in English because it's always harder to translate from English to the foreign language as opposed to the foreign language to English. There's some element of guessing going from, say, Spanish to English as opposed to English to Spanish. So you always want to test yourself in the hardest possible format, which is why we're always going to go English, in this case, to Spanish. And then I test myself, right? So cat will go el gato, and always test yourself with the articles as well, because that's part of knowing the vocabulary, right? It's correct grammar. Alright, so you've got your list, you've written it out, and then obviously you go check yourself with the list you have on your fridge, you know, which is telling you every day about the vocabulary. So, yeah. Cool, so I hope you learned something. Go learn your nouns, go learn your vocabulary. Hope it was fun. And no more excuses. See you later.